Minnesota winters. 0 degrees, 2 feet of snow, plenty of icy driveways, and a lot of hat mittens. Though it can get quite cold, it is still a season treasured by many, especially those of us who enjoy going outside and sledding or skiing for the day. I mean, could you imagine a winter without snow? Well, if the world keeps heating up, that may be the case. The Arctic is losing an area of ice each summer that is 6 times the size of California. In areas where the ice has disappeared, summer air temperatures are 5 to 9 degrees Fahrenheit higher than the average of the previous 20 years. It is easy to see that times are changing. Global warming is a pressing issue, worsened by humans. Today, we'll describe and view the extent of the problem, and lastly, look at possible solutions. First, let's describe the problem. Global changes in atmospheric composition occur from emission of greenhouse gases, such as carbon monoxide, that result from the burning of fossil fuels, methane, and nitrous oxide from multiple human activities. Because these gases have a high atmospheric lifetime, the result is them building up in concentrations, which creates a heating blanket for the Earth. Carbon dioxide has increased 31% since pre-industrial times, and half of the increase has been since 1965. Now, some people believe this is happening naturally, and that humans are not accelerating the process, while others don't see the problem at all. However, human activities such as our use of fossil fuels like oils and gas, and our agriculture activities have all exploited the planet and have produced these heat-trapping greenhouse gases that speed and worsen the effects of global warming. The news report predicts that temperatures will continue to rise between 1.8 degrees to 4 degrees in this century alone because of CO2 released by humans. Now that we understand the problem, let's look at the effects of the human-created global warming. Greenland is the largest contributor to global sea level rise. The melting ice cap holds 72 cubic miles of water in the ocean per year. The endless rise in sea levels because of higher CO2 emissions is gradually forcing some of the world's greatest coastal cities to relocate or be submerged into the ocean forever. Huge chunks of low-lying countries like Holland and Bangladesh will simply vanish between the waters. In the end of this century, chronic flooding will be emerging places like Maine and Texas and along parts of the West Coast. According to Alan Anderson, former editor of the New Scientist magazine, states that it will affect as many as 670 coastal communities, including Cambridge, Massachusetts, Miami, Florida, and 4 of the 5 boroughs of New York City. The magnitude of this coming calamity is so great, the ripple effects will reach far into the interior. Polar bears are also affected by global warming. In 2008, the U.S. Geological Survey matched computer models of the future state of the Arctic ice with what we know about polar bears. Polar bears are utterly dependent on the ice as a platform to hunt seals, their principal prey. As the Arctic summer ice disappears because of global warming, the hunting period is growing shorter and shorter, and breeding rates are falling. As the ice drifts further away from shore, bears find to swim back to land so exhausting. Drowned bears are appearing in unprecedented numbers. The computer model's grim conclusion is that 2/3 of the world's current polar bear population would be lost by 2050. This problem reaches far and wide. So what can we do to avoid it? As the UN expert in environmental science, Ahmed Steiner says, there is no excuse for the public to sit back and do nothing. Reducing the effects of climate change means reducing our CO2 emissions. This means making an effort to save power at home by taking shorter showers, turning off the water while brushing your teeth, turning off lights when not in use, hanging laundry outside to dry, and unplugging electronics when they're not being used. These and so many other little things add up to create a difference. You can also help fight misinformation about global warming by effectively communicating information about climate change, whether to your friends, your community, the media, or directly to policymakers. These seemingly little things make a big impact when done on a large scale, and they'll go a long way in reducing your carbon footprint and saving the glaciers. Today, we describe the effect humans have on global warming, the extent of the problem we have created, and possible solutions. Global warming is a pressing issue worsened by humans. As author Jeffrey Lehman wrote, we do not need a crystal ball to predict the future. We have the gift of understanding of how cause and effect works. Every choice and move that we make has